and they make all this money. Yeah.
Yes.
We're upset. That's what I'm saying. We're consistently upset.
People are mad because this is celebrities. If you looked and saw how many trials they do to even make sure things like this is successful, you wouldn't be mad at this one,
This is the reason why people are mad, or this is the reason why they should be mad.
All right, so we're starting off this topic here. This is, Andrew Schulz is going to school, humiliate Charlamagne. I say it all the time. I'm sorry. It's just too easy to do. Anyway, this is going to sound like we're talking about the Gayle King thing again. We're not, because it's going to segue into talking about problems and why Americans are mad and certain things like that. So they're going to get into it. They're going to have a discussion about it. Let's go ahead and get into it together.
There are these people that build these amazing companies on the backs of a marketplace that rewards entrepreneurship that is the United States of America. And then they make all this money, and then they find ways to not pay taxes on it. They move the headquarters of their companies to other countries so they could avoid taxes. And they move the manufacturing to other countries so it removes jobs from America. So they use us and this amazing system that we've built to make God knows how much money. And then the second they cannot pay back into it, they don't. And
I will always point out the subtle subversive language of us. By the way, I always like to tell people I don't hate rich people. I don't hate people who are the heads of corporations. If you figured out how to play the game, play that game till you do what you need to do. Be nice if you gave back, but I can't force you to do that. That's something I would do, but that's me, right? I don't hate billionaires. That said, I don't understand why he keeps trying to Andrew Schulz. I'm not going to try to convince you. It's the subtle words, that he uses. By the way, guys, please don't forget the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos.
I don't believe this bullshit about we provide jobs. It's like you provide jobs because you can profit off of that. You're not doing that out of benevolence. So I have an issue when you're already, Amazon paid no money in tax last year.
Yes, I do that.
And you're okay with that?
No.
Okay.
We've been saying tax the wealthy.
So if you
that's why we know, by the way,
you're about to make my point.
No, by the way, I'm with you. But that's why nobody wanted people to vote for Donald Trump, because they knew Donald Trump was going to he was going to make more tax breaks for the wealthy. That was the whole point.
You know that this was set up during the Biden administration, right?
I'm with you. But
if you think that the Democrats aren't also letting corporations get away with not paying taxes, I'm not even talking about the wealthy. This is the problem.
Sure, but who's the party that was screaming tax the wealthy?
I don't care who screams and who does it. If both of them are letting it get away with it.
I'm with you.
Exactly. So what are you saying? This is why, this is why I say he humiliates him. Because what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, but they screamed something. Okay, but Democrats are just, this is a uni-party situation. I'd have had more respect for him if he at least said that. Wow. I have to agree with Andrew on this. What are you saying? This happens all the time. Why are you... Figure out the game. I'm sure Charlamagne owns some sort of LLC, something, S Corp, something, allegedly, in my opinion, that he's getting tax cuts on.
But who's the party that was screaming tax the wealthy?
Okay, so Democrats, you like that they lie to you more.
No, but why? But you can't complain about what you voted for.
I'm just saying, tuck you into bed with your lies. If you want to get tucked into bed with the lies, that's fine.
Sure, but you still can't complain for what you voted for.
I can complain about whatever I want. I'm American.
That is true. But
that's what
Republicans do not care about taxing the wealthy.
Neither do Democrats. None of them do. And it's not about just taxing the wealthy. Because
so why are we voting?
So what, we supposed to not vote at all?
Maybe. I don't fucking know anymore, bro.
Here's the thing. Also, the things that you vote for, you don't have to support every single thing that a candidate or a party does.
Yes, that is true.
So just because you vote for one thing doesn't mean you're okay with some fuck shit that they do. The point that I'm trying to make, and this has been happening for decades, is there are corporations in America that we know those corporations don't pay tax. Do you know that, Jamil, right? Jamil, when he works abroad, he had to pay taxes abroad in the country he works.
Yes.
And in America while he was working abroad.
Do you know how many times we've argued about, not even argued, how many times we've said this on this podcast?
So why the fuck is Apple allowed to keep tons of fucking money out there in China and not pay any taxes on it? Why are they allowed to set up dummy corporations in Ireland where they don't have to pay tax? That's stealing from the American people. So you're stealing.
Yeah, but Trump isn't going back to fight that, though. Remember that the tariffs were paused on the rest of the countries, and this is just an escalation to China. This is a part of the story that never makes it in. There's something that they were talking about before.
was making $1 a year. He's like, just give me all my money in stock options. And then what they do is they take loans out against their stock options, and loans are what? Not taxable. So you're making double money when you think about it.
I agree with all that, but I would say, isn't this more reason that someone like Elon Musk, who did not pay any income tax in 24, I believe, shouldn't be the guy in charge of Doge? If he's not carrying his fair share, should he be the one making decisions on who gets cut from the federal?
Not only did he not pay income tax, majority of his money comes from the fucking federal government.
So why is he the one?
So technically we're paying Eli.
Yo,
Elon.
Not only him, Walmart. Like, why the fuck am I paying all the Walmart employees?
Sure.
Like, why are you paying them? Why are you letting them work 38 hours so you don't have to pay them full time and don't have to give them benefits and do this other shit? So the American government has to step in and pay for half of it. Like,
that's not the same thing, though. Like, come on, don't do that, Andrew. Like, of course, this guy, you can't take him serious, but because Charlemagne is to be the hired, like, butt of the joke, but he was. Why am I paying Elon to go in and centralize everything and give me a problem later on down the line? Okay, why?
These are the type of things that we have to look at these people, and we have to understand who these people are and the families. We should know like what they look like and their names, and they should be publicly shamed for this.
Oh, they do. Why do you think that all of these CEOs after the United Healthcare CEO got gunned down was hiring mad security? Because that is what people are starting to see. They're starting to put these people's names on their wall and say, these are the people that are motherfucking keeping me from having free healthcare. These are the people that are keeping me from having free education in this country.
I will say this. I think it is a natural...
Before we get there, there should be a disavowal that happened here or something, because I'm not with that. Again, like, this is somebody who had a job, who did what they were told to do. The system hasn't changed. I mean, you want to get into medical, there's so much that needs to be changed in the healthcare system and how we take care of people and insurances and everything else like that. Like, so I'm not, oh yeah, they need to be mocked and shamed. Hold up, we keep on going after people who work and not really the full system. Like, what are we saying here? Yeah, this is a CEO of a corporation. All right, so now you ended him. Sadly, there's another one that's going in and doing the same thing too. What's wrong with you people?
Human instinct to like try to hoard your resources. I think that like if we didn't have money, we would do it with fucking coconuts. Like, I think that's what humans do, and that's why. And I don't want to remove this amazing marketplace for entrepreneurship that we have here in America.
To your point, I love the capitalist system, but it needs to have guardrails.
Yes, that's it. It's just, and the guardrail is not to stop innovation. The guardrail is to stop a business from literally stealing money from the place that allowed the business to thrive.
That's right.
I consider when you create tons of revenue and you move your headquarters to a dummy office in Ireland or whatever the fuck it was giving you these tax benefits, I consider that theft. Because if I took my money and I moved it to an offshore account in the Bahamas or something like that, I would go to prison because I would be not paying taxes, right? That would be considered fraud. But when it would be tax evasion. But when they do it, it's considered good business practice.
Yeah, because they create laws for them to be able to do it.
They should be looked at as if they are stealing money from the American people.
But if the law is created for them to do it, why am I getting mad at somebody taking advantage of the law? Do you see how the focus is always in the wrong direction? Why are you getting mad at the person who's being like, who's been incentivized to take advantage? You're dumb if you don't take advantage of it. I mean, they made it like that. Listen, okay? I wasn't here when it was made like that. Maybe that was an argument for that time. But now we're in a different time. I don't know what else to say. Too, because the thing is, again, the lies that are told to us, acting like this is going to bring back manufacturing to Americans is really wrong. I think this is the bigger crime now. Lying to a bunch of people, making them think that they're going to have an opportunity and all this. What is the plan here? But when it's for BlackRock, there is no plan. Well, we'll listen to a little bit more.
You can move your manufacturing overseas. I'm okay with that. As long as you make all that extra revenue, as long as the American people get that tax benefit from all that extra revenue.
And we would pay less in taxes. That's like us.
That's what I'm saying. Not even like us. The people making under $50,000 a year, under $100,000 a year. You could tax us.
They really hit us, though.
They really hit us, but at the same time, nobody feels bad for us, as they shouldn't, because we're in a very fortunate situation. I'm
not
worried
as
about
fortunate as fucking Bezos and Elon Musk, and
but
that's also the concern with you've talked about the idea that we might do no taxes on $150,000 and under.
I like that.
Okay, but if that happens, what you're going to get is the bottom's paying no taxes.
Why the
top
fuck
is paying
all that dick they take? They shouldn't have to pay no taxes. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's fair. That's right off for sure. But
I'm serious. If you were bottom taking all that,
It got weird. It's about to get really weird. All right, so we're going to end it right here. I see what the guy's about to say. Well, all they're going to do is shift most of the taxes now to the so-called middle class, people like me. It's happened already with my insurance. So, they told me, that we were going to take from the rich gifts. This is when I was a Democrat. The rich is going to pay a little bit more. Star Jones, she said, I wouldn't mind paying a little more. I then found out that I'm considered rich because, I was single, no kids and everything. And so because I went to school and made something of myself, they had to, triple my insurance. It was the most like, you want to talk about hoodwinked? Okay. That's why I don't like these happy talks. But by the way, this is why it just gets like disgusting. All right, I'll see you guys later.